I don't know who needs to hear this, but you have everything you need to do what God has asked you to do or told you to do. I don't know. He might not be asking for you no more. Because, see, here's the thing. I know it's real churchy, but God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. Meaning that if there's something that He wants you to do, He's already given you the tools to do it. If He can use a donkey to speak to someone in the Bible, He can use you. I mean, look at all the people in the Bible, right? Moses killed somebody and was on the run for his life and had, he was raised by the Egyptians. So his people, the Israelites, didn't even accept him. And yet God chose him to lead them out of Egypt and through the wilderness for how many years? A lot. And he had a speech problem. So if he can use Moses, he can use you with everything you've already got. I mean, let's look at Abraham. Before Abraham, God hadn't even shown himself to humanity outside of Adam and Eve, as far as we know. Which means that Abraham didn't even know God. So he didn't know what God wanted of him. One day, God was just like, hey, Abram, I'm God. I want you to follow me. And I'm going to take you to somewhere that I will show you. He didn't even give him real direction, really. So if Abraham could do that, if Abraham didn't even know God and can do what God asked of him, without even knowing what God required of him beforehand, then you can do whatever he has for you. And let's not forget David. Everybody loves David and Goliath. Even outside of, faith circles, there's the story of David and Goliath reigns loud and true. There's this small guy versus this big giant, but David didn't need anything. He was a shepherd, and he just showed up to the battlefield, grabbed some rocks, and took him down. And the rocks are right there when he got to the place he needed to be. But the actions he decided to take once he got to that battlefield came from within. And therefore, God had already given him the tools that he needed. And don't worry, you're not alone. I'm still working on this too. We're here in this beautiful canyon. I wanted to do a hike, and then I got scared. I'm gonna be real, I got scared. It wasn't just nerves. I wasn't just nervous. I got scared. And we saw these people, there are these hiking sticks that you can use. And I thought, oh, I can use the hiking sticks. There are these chains that can be attached to your shoe and taken off whenever. And I thought, oh, well, if I have these chains and if I have these sticks, then I can go down the mountain. But then I realized that's not actually going to make a difference for me. It's what's in my mind that was stopping me from going down that mountain. Therefore, whatever's stopping you from doing what you want to do, what God has for you to do, what God has placed in your heart for you to do, it's in your mind that's stopping you. You have everything you need to do what He called you to do. People often feel like they need to go to school to do whatever. I mean, nobody in the Bible went to school to do the things that they did, and they're in the Bible. Like, you don't need to go to school. You don't need to have 1,000 followers. You don't need the latest equipment. You can do it. Just like I can do it. I'm not going down that trail today, let me tell you. But all the other things and all the other areas of my life that God is calling me to do, I can do it because He's already given me the tools. Just like you can do it because He's already given you the tools.